Good afternoon, everyone. So, the topic today is embracing the 3 years of advocacy. So, what happened is basically like whenever we pass out with a law degree, so the most difficult thing is like how to start, how to begin with, like how to get ourselves enrolled, like how from which code we have to start our practice. So, these are some of the things we need to focus on. So, first of all, whenever you are done with your law degree, you should start get yourself enrolled in the Bar Council of Delhi, or like in whosoever bar council you want to get yourself registered with. So first of all, the things you need while registering with Bar Council of Delhi. Like I am from Delhi, so that's why I'm talking about the Bar Council of Delhi. So like you have to get all the certificates from your college. For example, provisional certificate and character certificate and affidavit stating that you will abide by all the rules and regulation of the Bar Council of India, original marksheet and everything. And then you are enrolled with your Bar Council of Delhi provisional certificate. That will be for temporary basis. So meanwhile, what you have to do is like you have to give the AIB exam. This AIB exam is mandatory. So within 2 years, you have the four attempts. In 2 years, you have four chances to appear in the exam and just to go through with it. Once you are done with it, you will get your permanent registration. Your registration will get permanent, and after that, in the meanwhile, what you have to do once you got your license, you have to got yourself enrolled in any of the bar with any of the bar with any of the district bar or high court or supreme court also. And uh, for getting yourself enrolled in the bar, what you have to do is like the benefit you'll get once you get yourself enrolled with any of the bar district bar or some high court bar. uh, with the bar, what are the benefits you got once you got enrolled with the bar membership? So you will get the chance of getting a chamber in future whenever the allotment comes. And the second thing is you will get the financial aid from the bar, financial aid of any kind. For example, medical aid or some other emergency aids. So these are the few things. And most important thing is whenever you are getting yourself enrolled in any of the bar, just make sure you got yourself enrolled wherever your jurisdiction is. Like wherever your jurisdiction is, you should get yourself enrolled with that bar. Most importantly, and the thing is like if you're getting a Supreme Court bar registration, then the registration will be for 2 years only. If you're getting a 2 years uh, membership, once you pass the 2 year membership, then this 2 year membership will got permanent after that. So basic thing do you are enrolled once you are done with your law graduation, and after that there are some few tips which I want to share with you, which you should keep in mind once you are joining any of the law offices. First and foremost difficulty that young lawyers face is like which field I have to choose. For example, if you are coming from a business background, then you should join a civil field. If you are coming from a banking background, if you are have a family having the most of people working in banks, then you should go and join some banking background. If you have a family consisting of a service lawyer, then you should go and join revenue department. Like just like this. And these are difficult. senior I should which or which law firm I should, going for joining some office, then you should join a ideal office and a reputed office. Why I'm saying is for you to work upon, and in that and that office should have the uh, senior with a 15 year minimum 15 years of practice, so that you can get to learn from his experiences, whatever the experiences he is having, and uh, and after that, which code we have to pick. Like most of the people, like young lawyers, what they do is like they once they got their license, they just go and start with the Supreme Court. So we should not go and start anything with the Supreme Court or High Court. Like every young lawyer should start his own practice from the district and session court. So basically, what many of the judges and senior advocates have said, like trial court is a complete court. Like every time you are starting a practice, you should start with a trial court only. In a trial court, you'll get to learn the evidences, you'll get to see the evidences, how the evidences are done in the trial court, and how the replies are being given. If you are joining some Supreme Court or High Court, High Court chambers or High Court seniors, then you will not got to see like how the case is being prepared in the initially, and uh, and how the how we address the court, like through the final argument, like how the final arguments are done in the court, how the evidences are done, how the replies are being made, how the issues are being framed. All these kind of things you're not going to find in the high court or the like high court. You can find if there is an original jurisdiction, but not in the Supreme Court, because these all are the high court and Supreme courts are the appellate courts. And second thing is कि whenever you are joining any of the law office or chamber, what you should do, you should see and interact that how the seniors interacting with just how preparing the case court, how they are starting their arguments and how they are closing their arguments and how they're interacting with the court staff also. Like these are the petty things we should keep this in mind while joining and while going to the offices of our senior chamber. And most important thing is like whenever you are in the courts, this is like my personal advice to all the young lawyers. Whenever you are going in the court, don't kindly sit idle in the court premises or start using the phones or talking to someone, talking to your friends. Just kindly sit in the courtroom. Try to stand or sit in the courtroom and observe the thing. Doesn't matter your case is coming. The thing is you should observe and learn from the other's case also. Like if, for example, some situation is happening with some other lawyers, like you should go and watch and see like how they are dealing with those problems, and how they are interacting, and how they are solving, giving all the queries to the judges. And after and second thing is like as a lawyer, for becoming a complete trial code and like good lawyer, you should have a command on Hindi and English, both the languages. Like few of the advocates has a problem, like they doesn't understand the language Hindi. Like whenever you are reading some documents, you are reading some uh, sale leads and all, like the sale leads must be also very old times. So these sale leads comes in the Hindi language, sometime in Urdu. And whenever you are so working on the criminal case, so on those criminal cases, you find that FIR and all the, like most of the documents in the charge sheet are in the Hindi only. If you're not having a command in Hindi, then you will find like a lot of difficulty. And the another thing is, whenever you have joined any of the lawyers chamber, then you should start making a diary, and you should start making notes whenever some case is coming up in next 3 or 4 days. Then you should try to make some notes on it. You should try to make some do some researching. You should do the find the research case laws and make all the list of the queries you are facing whenever you are joining and you are addressing like you are doing research work and you are reading something. Then you should discuss with your senior whenever you are leaving from your office. Then you should keep the half an hour time and just discuss all those queries with your senior. And the next thing is we should maintain. We should be regular over the case laws. Like we should be familiar with all the online search engine, for example, SCC, Manupatra, and we should be we should be in regular touch with all the legal website also, for example, Live Law and Bar and Bench, etc. And whenever a file is given to you for for reading, just try and make sure that you are making list of dates and synopsis of that case. This will help you in for better understanding of the case, and this will help also. When senior is going for a case, just have to go through like you just have to look at the list of documents and synopsis you have prepared, and then everything will be uh, understood to him. And and start don't think like I have to do the I have to do the final argument straight away. Start arguing in the code with small applications. For example, whenever you can start with order 1 rule 10 application that for implement of the parties. Order for example order 22 rule 4, that is for the implement of the legal heirs in any of the case whenever the deceased pass away. But then like these are some pretty small applications on which you can argue in the court, and then you can improve. Then you can boost up your confidence in the court whenever you are coming in the courts. And try to do the research work on the other things also. Like whenever you are joined some office, don't think like I have to do the I have to stick to this particular file only. Like you have to interact with your colleagues also. Whenever you're interacting with your colleagues and ask them like on which topic and in which case they are working upon, on which topic they are doing, then you should try and help and just ask them like can I see your file, can I see the research or the case you are preparing. Then you should go and prepare all those things also. And whenever you are whenever you think that now I should file the I should contest the case like single-handedly, then you should keep this thing in mind. Like you should do a thorough research work before filing any of the case. For example, some partition case comes to you and you thought like oh no, I know like how I have to file, like I have to do all these things. Like before before drafting any of the case, you should do the research work. You should go through with all the latest judgments regarding to that case, like the assignment you had taken up. Then you should do the thorough research work, all the latest and the landmark judgments regarding those cases. Then after that, you should you should take the contents from those landmark judgments and start preparing your case. Whenever you are thinking of preparing your case, then you should make a skeleton before making any of the case. Like you should make the bullet point like how I this is how I should start my drafting, and these are the things, these are the mandatory things I should do. Only after that you should start. Like before, without doing this, you will face difficulty in future. Whenever you are in the code, you will think like, oh, I have missed those things, I have missed those points, or I have not gone through with those judgments. For example, if you are missing some of the like if in case, in one of the daughters also have the right in the property. So if you're not gone through with that judgment, if you're not read it, then you will find difficulty. There are like proper research work has to be there whenever you are making and filing any of the case. Don't get in the hurry before filing of the case, and always have interaction with all the latest judgments and latest decisions and given by the court with your seniors and your colleagues. And once you have joined any of the chamber of your seniors, then you should keep this in mind. Like this is like you should set your target. Like in 2 or 3 years, or in couple of months, I have to leave the chamber. Like well, like you have to start your own independent practice. Whenever a person is coming for litigation, they always have that dream that they should do the independent practice. And am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
you're audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible and to the point. Very nice lecture.
Okay, okay. Thank you. And whenever like you join any of the seniors office, so there might be chances like you will be leaving that office and you will start your practice in 3 or 4 years, like whatsoever the time period you have decided. So just try to stick by that. Don't join any of the office for a long time. Just try to change and keep on researching with some other office. For example, like in the initial time, you can start with joining any of the civil lawyer, and after a few months, you can start and switch to some of the criminal lawyer, and just like with the IPR lawyer or with the taxation lawyer, so that you can have the experience of all the fields. Don't say like I have interest in criminal, so I'll go for the criminal only. What if you will not get the criminal cases? You will get the cases of related to civil law or related to IPR or something like that. Then you will find difficulty. So my advice is to all the young lawyers is to start and explore the things. If you are still studying in law colleges, then you should do the internship. When I was a law student, I have done internships in many of the uh, courts, in many of the tribunals. For example, like I have done the internships in the National Green Tribunal, CAT, in the trial court also, and Supreme Court also. So you should also, if you are a law student, you should also do the internships in all the different sectors, so that you will have the experience of a lot of things. And whenever you are going to the any of the court or tribunals, you will not find like that place has to be similar to you. You must be familiar with all those courts or tribunals. You will not find you will not see like, oh, I don't know, like where is the registry and where is the filing section and where are the courts and where are the chambers. So these are the some things like we should keep in mind. And whenever you are done with your law, then you should keep interacting with your friends. You should know like which of your friends is doing in which field, so that whenever a case, a query or a case comes up to you, for example, related to medical negligence or MSCT matters, so you can have someone so with whom you can discuss upon, and you can see that okay, I have to uh, take some advice or like how I have to deal with that case with that person. So these are some of the things you should keep in mind whenever you are done with your law. And just stay focused, maintain diary, and maintain the like stay up to date with all the case laws like given by the honorable high court. And someone is saying my mic is
No, so that's a different message for someone else. I believe you may continue.
okay.
बाकी
Okay,
सर लॉ
okay.
स्टूडेंट जो कंप्लीट करने वाले हैं अपनी लॉ, उनके लिए भी अगर कुछ सजेशंस हो तो वो भी बताइएगा.
जो लोग अपने लॉ कंप्लीट करने वाले हैं बेसिकली उनके लिए सर यही टिप्स है कि ट्राई टू फाइंड अ आइडियल ऑफिस, मतलब कोई ऐसा ऑफिस ज्वाइन ना करें जहाँ पर काफी जरूरत से ज्यादा एडवोकेट्स हो, जरूरत से ज्यादा काम हो। हाँ, क्वालिटी ऑफ वर्क होना चाहिए। लाइक आई हैड दिस एक्सपीरियंस, लाइक मैं नाम तो नहीं लूंगा, मैंने एक लॉ फर्म ज्वाइन करा था, तो वहां पर क्या था कि काम बहुत ज्यादा था, लेकिन वहां पे वर्क मैनेजमेंट बिल्कुल पुअर था। लाइक यू शुड जॉइन अ reputed and good seniors office so that you will get to learn. Like if you are, like for example, if you are joining any of the senior advocates office, so senior advocate will not give you time that much, but some other lawyers can give you. A senior advocate will always be busy in their own work, so there are less chances of giving time. And once you are done with your law, you should maintain a blueprint. Like in 3 years, I have to do this. In after 3 years, I have to do that thing. And just make sure, like you should start from the trial court, like from the district and section courts only, and you should switch to like high court or supreme court once you are confident enough, like you can deal any of the query whenever whichever is coming from your trial court. Like for example, in the trial court, if someone is saying like uh, I have to do make the Superdari application. Like you should know like how Superdari applications are being made and to which judge I have to make and what is the time process. For example, if someone is saying like I have some queries related with probation case, like they want to probate their bill, so you should know like what are the time period and what are the documents required in that, and what are the steps and what are the steps included in it. Like you should be familiar with each and everything whenever you are working the course. Like you should know like like for example, if you talk about the court staff, you should know like where the section is and what is the work of alma, what is the work leader, and what does the nazi do. Like most in initial 3 years, my advocate doesn't know what does a Nazi do exactly do. You should know like what does a Nazi do and what is the role of all the court staff, so that you can be familiar with all the things. You should know who is the process server in the case. What is the, like for example, whenever a case is being won by any of the party in the civil case, in a property case, so there is a terminology beat of drum. So you should know like what is this beat of drum and how it is made and who does this. Like beat of drum means like uh, whenever someone has won the case, and then the court staff goes to that property and just with the drums and all, so that he tell everyone like you, this property belongs to you now from now onward. Like these are the things you should know. And no one will going to teach you like these are the few things. Like you should ask queries. You should ask questions like why this has been done, why why this is not being done like this, why the affidavits are not being filed whenever we are filing anything in the criminal law, criminal courts, why we are filing the affidavit every time we are filing in the civil courts, or just like this. These are the queries. Like the more you'll entertain with your like uh, interact with your senior, the more you'll ask the queries, the more you'll get to know the new thing. Like this law field is a very vast field. Like every time we get to learn a new thing. Doesn't matter you are having the practice of 25 years or 30 years or 5 years or 10 years. Like every day we get to learn new things. For example, nowadays this Ashutosh Kaushik, if you guys know, he has filed a writ petition in the High Court. So in that writ petition, he has filed a writ for using his right to be forgotten law. Like most of the like in fact I didn't know like this right to be forgotten law is also which we can exercise. Like these are the few things we got to learn whenever we are reading, we have to get up to date in this regarding this. Like every day the law gets changed, so we have to got up to date it. Like what our court is saying, but our court is not saying. Like sometimes the court is saying something, and after a few days, whenever the appeal is filed, got filed against that, then the precedent got changed, the judgment got reversed. So we should be get up to date with with all the things. And hello,
Yes, sir, you are audible.
yes, yes. So we should be up to date with everything and start making a diary. With making a diary, like in diary, what you should do is like whenever some judges are some lawyers are interacting in the court, so they talk about some of the judgments. They talk about the case laws. What you can do is like you can note down the case law name, and you can once you got to your chamber, and you can search about it, and you can read those judgments. Like the most of the lawyers face difficulty, like how going to learn the case law, how is going to learn the sections which are in it. Like in CPC, for example, like most of the students and young lawyers got difficulty. Like how will going to learn all the sections and all the orders? There are like 40, 40, 43 orders, and like many of the section in CPC. So best thing is to get sit in the court and see but which applications some law are moving. Like whenever just note down all those applications. Whenever you are sitting in the court, then make sure that you are having some small notepads and pen with you, and you should note down all the sections, all the judgment like the lawyers are making in the court, and the courts are making the queries. Then you should note down all those things. And whenever you are not getting any of the uh, whenever you are not getting any result, like you're not satisfied with the query like the court has made, and the lawyer was not able to solve the queries of the court, then you should go and do your own research work. See, all the research work, all the hard work you are going to do in your initial days is going to pay you back once you have the 10 year of practice or 5 year of practice. Then see, in the initial, the hard work and research work we do in the initial year is only going to pay you back once you have become the senior. Okay, so this research work is the must, and get yourself up to date with everything, and don't try to rush to the Supreme Court directly. See, in the Supreme, if you'll be joining as a Supreme Court lawyer, if you'll be start practicing straight away in the Supreme Court, you will not get a chance to do the arguments in the court. What happens in Supreme Court is mostly the senior advocates or the main advocates, the AO, they will go into the senior advocates in your office or the designated senior advocate. They will only going to argue in the court. You will not get the chance to argue in the court. See, if you are not getting the chance, then your confidence will not boost up. You will maintain the low confidence only, and you will only do the research work and some draftings only. So my advice is to like you should join Supreme Court after 3 or 4 years of practice. Like if you are if you want to do become a AOR in the Supreme Court, then there is a mandatory 1 year of internship required before becoming a Supreme Court judge. That you can do after once you are done with your 5 years of practice, then only you can apply and give the exam of uh, Supreme Court AOR. After that, after that, you can start your practice from there. Like what will happen is like you will have the knowledge of the trial code also, and you get to understand the things in a better way. If you straight away go to the Supreme Court or High Court, you will not going to understand like how the evidences are made, what are the exhibits. Whenever some High Court or Supreme Court lawyers are like reading the case file, so they find a difficulty like what are these exhibit, how these exhibit numbers are given. So these are the like difficulties the lawyers have faced. Those who have straight away joined the Supreme Court or High Court practice, and whenever some assignment is coming to you, and you are like you are not familiar with that assignment and with that query, then you should go try to read the trial court judgment. If you read the trial court judgment, then you will get to know each and everything regarding that case, like how the case has been filed, what the reply the opposite side has been given, what are the issues has been framed, what are the evidences has been given, and how the evidences has been made, and what are the points some the lawyers has been made in the final argument. So if you read the trial court judgments, then you will get to know each and everything, like the whole procedure of the trial court. The same you will not find in the High Court or Supreme Court judgment. They just basically give the order regarding to like in whatsoever the jurisdiction they are getting the, like in the appeal, they will just stick to that appeal part only. They will not discuss the things which has been done in the trial court in detail. If you want to learn the everything, the step by step procedure, and you should every time you should read trial court judgments. Because the trial court judgments are the best for the better understanding. And then this I have faced. I think the time is also run out for the next class.
Uh,
So can we continue, or then
No, sir,
we
you
should
can
stop
continue.
this? Like,
Actually, you can continue for a little while. In the meanwhile, I'll also ask all the guests who are here present in this present meeting to whatever questions you have or whatever suggestions you have to also please kindly come forth with those. And you can continue in the meanwhile, sir.
okay, any of the questions? If any of the participants having?
Yes, I have one question, sir.
Yes.
सर काफी जूनियर्स ऐसे होते हैं जो वकालत पूरी करके आके वकालत में जब उतरते तो उन्हें ना तो कोई ऑफिस मिल पाता है ना कोई सीनियर मिल पाता है, तो उन लोगों के लिए आपके लिए क्या डायरेक्शन है, क्या सजेशन है? और बेचारों को एक एक साल दो दो साल निकल जाता है, तो उनको क्या करना चाहिए टू सर्वाइव?
उसके लिए सरवाइव करने के लिए आपको द बेस्ट थिंग इज टू काफी सारे ग्रुप्स बने हुए हैं टेलीग्राम पे, व्हाट्सएप पे, जो कि अब उसमें ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. उसमें डेली आपको वैकेंसीज निकलती हैं इन ऑल द लॉ ऑफिसेज विद ऑल द in all the law advocates. Apart from this, what you can do is कि there are some of the, for example ये लाइव लॉ है, बार एंड बेंच है, या पास लीगल है, तो इन सब जगहों पे क्या है बेसिकली वहां पर भी आपको जॉब वैकेंसीज निकलती रहती हैं. आप इन वेबसाइट्स को भी डेली डेली आप इन पे गो थ्रू कर सकते हैं. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, आप सबसे बड़ी चीज क्या कर सकते हैं, आप अपने लॉ स्कूल के अंदर देखिए कि सेकंड जनरेशन लॉयर कौन कौन है. अगर अगर आप उनसे इंटरेक्ट करोगे तो उनके जरूर कोई ना कोई उनकी जगह, फॉर एग्जांपल सेकंड जनरेशन लॉयर के फादर्स जो होंगे किसी न किसी को नोन को जानते होंगे. सो यू कैन इंटरेक्ट, जस्ट ट्राई टू बिल्ड योर कनेक्शन एंड नेटवर्क्स फ्रॉम योर लॉ स्कूल ओनली. वंस यू आर लॉ स्टूडेंट, वहीं से स्टार्ट करिए आप अपने इंटरेक्शन वगैरह सब कुछ करना. उसके बाद ही आपको वहां से कॉन्टेक्ट मिलेंगे, वहीं से आपका सीनियर्स के लॉ ऑफिस मिलने का थोड़ा सा इजी हो जाता है. अगर नहीं मिल पाता, then you can go and go to the trial court, start sitting in the, like मैंने जो पर्सनली देखा है कई लोग, वही लोगों को कोर्ट के अंदर बैठे हुए हैं, कोर्ट के अंदर बैठे बैठे से इंटरेक्शन कर रहे हैं, देख रहे हैं कि हाँ भाई ये सीनियर काफी अच्छे तरीके से आर्गुमेंट कर रहा है, देन ट्राई टू अप्रोच दैट सीनियर. Right? Don't go for earning. In the initial days, try and go for the learning. Like, your main focus has to be on the learning only. If you're not getting a good salary, then don't bother for it. Just for a few months or few years, then you should go and go for the learning. Like, this is how you should find a good lawyer or office.
All right, sir. There is another question from Dr. Vijay Sharma. Mr. Sharma, if you want to put forward your question right now.
I'm basically a surgeon, reconstructive plastic and cosmetic surgeon. And with the LLM degree now, I have an objective all across the civilized world, like Australia, England, America, Europe. We haven't heard that anybody coming and hitting doctor, killing him or beating him or burning the clinic and all those things doesn't happen there. So basic concept is that we are missing into the patient information system, documentation, and somehow the procedural details to the patient. So that lack of understanding is causing a lot of problems for the medical profession. And my question very simple, that I'm thinking of starting a movement that is called patient safety first, to maintain the utmost safety of the patient and the professional integrity. How do I go about it?
See, in that, what you can do in spaces to like where the medical negligence cases are being taken up. You should approach to those lawyers and like you should get in touch with any of the local adalat. Like you can start some campaigns over there. Then you can start your this revolution, or you can get in touch with all the lawyers who are doing them, who are specializing in doing in the medical negligence. With all those things, like you can like these things you can help you out. Like you should do some research, like मेडिकल नेग्लिजेंस कौन कर रहा है. लाइक मैंने भी थोड़ा बहुत मेडिकल नेग्लिजेंस करा है, मेडिकल नेग्लिजेंस केसेस करे हैं. लाइक आई हैव बीन प्रैक्टिसिंग इन द नेशनल एनसीडीआरसी. सो वहां पे जो लॉयर्स हैं या जो लोग हैं उन सबके टच में आके लाइक यू कैन स्टार्ट दिस. लाइक दिस इज अ वेरी गुड इनिशिएटिव. लाइक मेडिकल नेग्लिजेंस एक ऐसा फील्ड है जिसके बारे में कोई ज्यादा लोग बात नहीं करते हैं, ना ज्यादा लोग इसमें इंटरेस्ट दिखाते हैं. बट अगर आप वहां से स्टार्ट करो, अगर कंज्यूमर की कोर्ट्स के अंदर आप देखो कि कौन लोग हैं जो मेडिकल से रिलेटेड चीजें कर रहे हैं या मेडिकल लॉज के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं, देन यू शुड स्टार्ट. एंड वंस यू आर डन विद दैट, देन यू शुड स्टार्ट योर ओन. आप अपने आप से भी खुद एक लीगल क्लिनिक्स वगैरह अपने स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं, कैंप्स लगाइए.
My question is that how do I get my clients?
See, for getting the clients in the medical, like you should start.
So with respect to this, I think with respect to finding clients and all, I'm not sure exactly if Mr. Singh would also, find it an appropriate forum at the same time, considering the topic of the subject itself. But definitely, sir, this is a very good initiative what you're talking about, and you should definitely get in touch. And probably if there's something else which Mr. Singh also wants to say, definitely get in touch with us. You can.
So thank you very much for your guide.
Good initiative. All right. Questions, guys? Anyone?
I think no more questions left with anyone.
All right. So, any experiences? All right. So, I'll briefly.
मैं एक और सवाल पूछ लूं?
जी sir, please.
Yes, please.
सिंह सर, और न्यू कमर्स के लिए एक और सजेशन बताइए कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा जो एक्सप्लॉइटेशन होता है, जो शोषण होता है बाय ऑल स्फीयर्स ऑफ प्रैक्टिस, उनसे वो कैसे बचे हैं?
एक्सप्लॉइटेशन के लिए you should go and join any of the good lawyers office. अगर आप एक अच्छे लॉयर के ऑफिस में हैं तो वहाँ पे आपका एक्सप्लॉइटेशन नहीं होगा. अगर जेन्युइनली वो काम करने वाला हुआ है तो वो बेसिकली आपसे काम ही करवाएंगे. वो आपसे मतलब मिसलीनियस काम के लिए ऐसा कोई बोलेगा नहीं. बट टच वुड, लाइक आई हैव द प्रिविलेज कि भाई मेरे को जितने भी लोग मिले वो सारे अच्छे ही थे. इफ यू आर, अगर आपको कोई भी ऐसा ऑफिस मिलता है कि जहाँ पे आपको लगता है आपका एक्सप्लॉइटेशन हो रहा है, देन यू शुड इमीडिएटली लीव दैट ऑफिस एंड स्विच टू सम अदर ऑफिस. क्योंकि हमारे को एक दिन में पता चल जाता है कि हाँ यहाँ मेरा एक्सप्लॉइटेशन हो रहा है, यहाँ मुझे सीखने को कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है.
एंड फ्रॉम द क्लाइंट्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, कई बार पब्लिक भी एडवोकेट्स लोगों का बहुत एक्सप्लॉइट करती है, बहुत ही एक्सप्लॉइटेशन करती है, तो उससे कैसे बचा जाए? सुप्रीम कोर्ट और हाई कोर्ट ने तो एन नंबर ऑफ टाइम कहा है कि we are deeming or we are in the impression that advocates have settled fully their fees with the clients before starting the work, so later on subsequently they cannot raise any objection to that effect.
See, the thing is कि like if you're talking about this fees part, तो sir फीस तो जो भी लॉयर है पहले ही लेता है, क्योंकि एक बार काम हो जाता है. एक पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस भी है, क्लाइंट्स वगैरह फोन उठाना बंद कर देते हैं. क्लाइंट्स वगैरह एक्सप्लॉइट अगर आप कर रहे हैं तो आप उनको अपॉर्चुनिटी इतनी दो ही मत. देन यू लाइक जितनी अपॉर्चुनिटी आप दोगे उनको एक्सप्लॉइट करने की, उतनी ज्यादा आपको एक्सप्लॉइट करेंगे. जी, हमारा प्रोफेशन ऐसा है कि लोग यहाँ पे ज्यादातर आते हैं कि फ्री एडवाइस लेने के लिए, फ्री में काम हो जाए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर कोई किसी काम के लिए कोई पर्सन अगर एक्स अमाउंट ले रहा है तो दूसरा बंदा उसके लिए कोई बोलता है कि सर वहां तो इतने में काम हो रहा है, मैं इतने में करा लूँ, तो भाई आप वहाँ करा लो। The thing is कि whatever fees I am charging is that is for my quality of work. The services are giving. कि जो फीस हम ले रहे हैं वो हमारी सर्विसेज है, आपने हमारे को उसके लिए एम्प्लॉय नहीं कर लिया है। हम एक पर्टिकुलर एज के लिए साइन है, उससे एक लिमिटेड चीज के अंदर आप लोगों से बातें करेंगे, नॉट बियॉन्ड दैट। इस तरीके से आप उनसे बच सकते हो। लाइक यू शुड टेल देम लाइक कि भाई ये टाइमिंग है मेरे, आप इस टाइम पे मुझे फोन करिए, बट नॉट इन द फोर टाइम। जैसे मैंने अपने क्लाइंट को स्ट्रिक्टली बोल रखा है कि 2 बजे से पहले मेरे को कभी कॉल नहीं करना, आफ्टर 2 यू आर फ्री टू टॉक। लाइक हम बिजी होते हैं कोर्ट के अंदर, वहाँ पे क्लाइंट बोल रहे होते हैं कि भाई हमारा कोई ये प्रॉब्लम है, वो प्रॉब्लम है, ये है, ऐसा है, वैसा है। लाइक जितना प्रोफेशनली आप उनके साथ बिहेव करोगे उतने ज्यादा कम चांसेस होंगे आपको एक्सप्लॉयटेशन के।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
All right. Any questions anyone else has in their mind? It may be a general discussion also if you want to share, because the faculty is here and the topic is already being discussed. So I'll just briefly.
Sir, hello.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Yeah, this is Madhvi. I have one question. Any advice the advocate can give for a person who is appearing in person in the matters? Any suggestion?
In person, if you are appearing, then the same thing is like you should take a proper advice from any of your someone who is familiar with the law, जिसको लॉ की नॉलेज हो, या कोई लॉयर आपकी फैमिली में नोन हो, आप उससे डिस्कशन करिए और ज्यादा रिसर्च करिए, वीडियोस देखिए अगर आपको करना है, अगर इन पर्सन आपको करना है। ठीक, कुछ कुछ क्वेरीज ऐसी होती है कोर्ट के अंदर जो इन पर्सन, देखो जो हम लोगों ने 3 साल में पढ़ा है, तो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट कि आप इतनी जल्दी चीजों को कोप अप कर लो। बट ये है कि जितना ज्यादा आप डिस्कशन करोगे, जितना ज्यादा उसके ऊपर टॉपिक पे रिसर्च करोगे, ये वीडियोस देखोगे, तो थोड़ा सा आपको हेल्प मिलेगा इन पर्सन आपको कंटेस्ट करने में। सेम थिंग इज विद यू ऑल्सो, व्हेनेवर यू आर, आपका केस लग रहा है, ये नहीं है कि मेरा केस लगा है 15 मिनट के अंदर मेरा केस खत्म हो गया, मैं जा रही हूँ घर। अगर आप इन पर्सन लड़ना चाहते हो, देन यू शुड स्पेंड योर होल डे इन द कोर्ट। कि जब आपने टाइम निकाला ही है कोर्ट के लिए, तो पूरा दिन उस कोर्ट में निकालिए एंड देखिए, लाइक यू शुड सी लाइक किस तरीके से वो लोग वहाँ पे एड्रेस कर रहे हैं, क्या डिस्कशन हो रहा है जजेस और लॉयर्स का, जिससे कि वो सिचुएशन अगर आपके साथ आती है, सो यू विल बी एबल टू रिजॉल्व ऑल द क्वेरीज ऑफ द कोर्ट।
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. So so considering the fact that this session is nearly over itself, so obviously thank you so much, Mr. Singh, for your time.